to get to the meat of this topic. All right. I had a Christian brother told me that Stephen had ripped you off for a computer, Father Chuck. Is that true?
Yes, we made it. I got him a computer delivered to his house in Alabama. We made an agreement that he would pay me back as he could. I knew that Stephen didn't have a lot of resources, so all I asked him was send what he could each month. Of course, I've never received a penny. I've never even received a phone call saying, if he would have said this, Father Chuck, I can't afford no more than $2 a month, I would have accepted that.
Yeah, no,
But
I remember that. I do remember that because on this show, you had mentioned that you were trying to call him and he was ignoring your calls. And I think it was Logan that contacted him, and Stephen told you to take his number out of your phone regarding that. Did that happen too?
yeah, he said you might as well just get rid of my phone number. I'm paraphrasing. It was something to that effect. Yeah.
Yeah. Was there some other? There were some other issues. Somebody said there was some cash involved as well.
Yeah, one time he was trapped in Georgia, and during the, I guess it was the Scottish Irish festival, they dress up in Celts, however you say it. And he said, I'm trapped here. The motel says my card's no good, but I know it anyway. I loaned him $200 there so he could make his way. I guess he could sleep in Georgia. What he did with it, I don't know. He either stayed in Georgia that night, or it was money for him to get home.
I see in the comment section there, and it would make a lot more sense than trying to type out all this stuff. But it's up to you. You do what you want. Yeah, well, that's all right. If he wants to come in, he knows how to do it. I think he's got the link, so he can do that if he'd like to. I know he said on here that that's not true. I did thank Chuck multiple times. I don't think thanking was the issue.
Right.
Sure
He did thank me multiple times. I don't deal in PayPal. That's why I told him we'll make other arrangements than PayPal.
Yeah.
I don't understand PayPal, and I'm not going to deal with my money with PayPal. That was the whole thing behind PayPal. So after I said we'll make other arrangements, I figured he would make other arrangements. And
Well, I think
go ahead.
when somebody tells you to take your number out of your phone, that makes it pretty difficult to make other arrangements, I think. But
Danny, I was willing to work with him ridiculous payments.
well, he had mentioned in his talk here, he said, Chuck, this is why I won't ever come back on your show. You lie. You sway all over the place, and you aren't reliable.
Are you enjoying that laptop? Is that reliable for you, Stephen?
Hey, Stephen, let me ask you a question, brother. If somebody buys you something, because I also heard a second thing that you said, that he had invested this money for that computer in your company. That was the one that you said. That was what you said prior to this last one. That I was looking for the PayPal info so I could pay you. So if somebody buys a computer for you, and let's just say that that's true. I find it hard to believe, but let's just say it is. And it was given to you for a business proposition or whatever. Well, obviously, this collaboration between you and Father Chuck blew up just like every other one that you've had with every single person that you've had before him. If that breaks down, okay, and obviously you guys are apart now, right? That computer, at a minimum, half, let's say he invested it, half of what he invested should go back to him at least, right? I think that's way, actually should just give the computer back.
I would be happy to do that.
Or pay
I
him.
mean, as a matter of fact, I'll send it back tomorrow. Chuck, this is in no way even close to the conversation that we had. And I feel like you have totally misrepresented the actual conversation that I have saved on my cell phone that I will be releasing for everybody.
Good,
I think that you
release
should
it.
be ashamed
I
of
hope you
yourself
will.
because you are almost outright lying, Pastor Chuck. And what's
I'm
worse is I
lying.
believe you know you are.
I'm lying. You're lying, Stephen.
I have the text messages for proof. Do you? Because I will be releasing those.
Yeah, I have that. I sure do. Have the
Excellent.
text
Excellent.
messages.
We will let the brothers look over what I release, and the brothers can look over what you release, and we'll let them decide between us. How about that?
Yeah, that's what we were
That's
hoping
fine
for.
with me.
That's what
Yeah,
we were
I'm
hoping for.
totally fine with that.
Stephen,
Yeah.
Stephen, I'm doing this because I want to get to the bottom of it, and this is the biblical way to handle it, all right? Yeah.
Well, actually, the
Missing
biblical
my
way to
get rid
handle
of
it
future.
would
Let
have
me-
been for Chuck to come personally
Let me
and
finish,
private,
because that's
which
exactly
never
what,
happened.
that's what we're looking at here. It says
But
that
we
your brothers-
skipped a whole step. You don't see that, Donnie? DB?
No, I think he did reach out to you because I remember him saying he's trying to get a hold of you and you wouldn't take his calls. And then
Oh, that
Logan-
was 2 months after the fact.
Well,
That is a unrelated, totally down the road
because I
scenario.
got tired of waiting. I wanted to talk.
Tired
it out
of
with
waiting.
you.
I wrote you and asked you where to send it, and you told me
You
we
brought
will
up the
worry
pay-
about
you
it
brought- you-
later. You
brought
said,
up the
brother, I
PayPal
know you'll use
because-
it for the kingdom.
Are we talking
Right?
about the money or the computer?
The computer is for the money. Or the money was for the computer.
No, yeah, I know. I didn't know if you were talking about the cash from when you were stranded down in Georgia or whatever, or if we were talking about the computer.
Oh, no, that was a different situation from a year ago.
Yeah. So are you giving him the money back for that?
Sure. I will gladly do that to clear all of this so Chuck doesn't have any more negative content to make about me. That would be great. I would love to do
I've
that.
made no content.
You're doing it
about
right
you.
now.
Yeah.
So you're lying
right,
again.
right
You
now.
for being
Right
a
now.
priest, you lie more than anyone I've ever known.
You're really
I just thought you
trying
would
to
know that.
defend yourself, Stephen. It's not working now.
I have the defense. I'm going to be posting the receipts
Okay.
tomorrow to make you look really foolish and let people
Right.
see that you are literally a lying priest.
Okay.
This is what we were trying to do, Stephen. We were trying to use Matthew 15 and wanted.
Right. But you guys totally skipped a step. Chuck never did the private one-on-one.
He didn't call you or text you or
No.
you guys never talked. You said you had
Not
text
to
messages.
resolve this at all. Never once. He can't even show you messages to say that. So no, he skipped the whole first part of
Well,
reconciliation
Let me ask you something,
as a
Stephen.
priest.
Should I have been
No, I
like,
really think I'm just
Now
going
he's
to
gonna-
exit. I'm going to
now-
send that back to you tomorrow, but I'm also going to send you some money. And I'm also going to
You're a
post those
coward.
receipts.
You're a
Well,
coward.
I mean, you can say that, Chuck, but
You're a coward.
you have been known to flop all around the internet. You're the most inconsistent person I've ever known. You are back and forth, and I don't think you could tell the truth to save your life, Chuck. So I will just send you it back, and I will send you another $200, and we will call this done.
Okay, you're going to send my laptop back. I hope it's in good condition.
Oh, it's in great condition. Yep, it's only been used for ministry. Not that you would care about that.
Right. Okay.
That's the whole process, and we didn't get a chance to get to it because we're going to go through that and the book of Galatians. This is not about taking pot shots at people. This is what we're supposed to do. This is how we're supposed to do church discipline.
Well, there's a formula to it, though, Danny, and we completely butchered it tonight.
I have to disagree with you. I'd like to read it again if you'd like.
Well, no, because the thing is there was never a private one-on-one talk, which is the biblical formula. So if you skip step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, and step 5 are all wrong. No matter how accurate they are, they're still wrong because they're out of place.
I don't think that part is absolutely true. You guys have been talking. you guys have been talking. He dipped out, so